Hello, I'm Paul Pluta. You're watching the Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing paid reviews because I don't do stuff for free. Remember, like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Tell your friends about my channel. Also, man cannot live on Google Ads, so please look in the description for 10 ways you can help me. You could sponsor me on Patreon. That means you give a couple of bucks each month. That could help me stay full-time. You could get a paid review. I do phone support, $50 US an hour. You can have a chat with me. Ask me anything. Okay, this is a paid review for Gary. Hi, Arch. Where's my glasses? Getting old, big boy. I've just sent you the money via PayPal. If you are not familiar with the tag Heuer, CR5140, here are some samples. Limited edition of 150 produce, 18K rose gold case, applied 18K rose gold markers, 18K hands, pushes and crown. It uses a caliber 36 automatic, 31 dual Zenith El Primo movement. Guilloche 3 reg chronograph. What can you say? Recommended retail in 2001 was 15,600 Great British Pounds. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this model as to not only is it rare with fantastic build quality, but being a tag, it suffers when it comes to value. And I feel little is known about the quality of this watch compared to other cheap tag Heuer models that constantly get slated for being tag Heuer. Kind regards, Gary. Okay, Gary, thank you so much for this opportunity to present this to the audience. And I got to tell you, I got this email in, and I just looked at it and said, this is a cute watch. This is a very sexy watch. It is sexy. It's very sexy. And rose gold, ooh, it's I got to tell you, it really is a looker. And, you know, I thought, ooh, this has got legs. And I then went on to the Chrono 24. The Chrono 24, did a bit of a search around there, and they're not that common. 7,000 US mark is what they're going for on the used market. So they kind of had the shit beat out of them. What's that, 5,000 pounds? They kind of had the shit beat out of them. Now, I gotta tell you, what do I think? What would I do? Now, I've got to be completely honest with you. I quite like this Monza model. It's a Tag Heuer Monza. I quite like the look of it. Looking at it, yes, just ignore my prejudice towards Tag Heuer to a side. And it is an 18K Tag Heuer. Now, a lot of people do love Tag Heuer. The problem is they automatically assume, because a lot of Tag Heuers are in a much lower price segment. It's like BMW. I don't know about to say that. BMW is more famous for the 3 Series than the 7. You know, so you kind of, people expect it's this and such a price. They don't realize it's 18K solid gold. It's certainly got all the good things. I mean, it's got it's a Zenith movement, which, hey, that Zenith used to make movements for Rolex. The El Primo is an absolute classic model. However, what do I think? As a gold chronograph, it is quite an attractive piece. I think if you paid 15,000 pounds, you'd have to have rocks in your head, because look at the resale value now. It's really plummeted very, very badly. However, if you're buying it on the used market, maybe not such a bad thing. Now, that leads us to the next question. Would I buy it? Would I buy it? No. No, I personally wouldn't buy it. Okay? Now, my own view is, If it was given to me, would I keep it and wear it? Sure, no problems at all. But I wouldn't be using my own coin to buy this piece. Now, I got to tell you, what would I... See, for that price point, you're starting to get into, like, if you like squarish, rectangular type watches, which is the style of this piece, I would be going for... you know what I'd buy? I'd buy a solid gold, rose gold, Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso. That's what, grand size, the big, you don't want the little smaller one. That's too small. The classic size is far too small. You want to get the grand size. I think that's what I would be buying for about the 7,000 US. Now, you'd probably be paying a bit more for the Reverso. It's funny because a friend of mine, he was told he had a Reverso Grande, rose gold Grande, and he sold it to a nasty dealer for £6,000, and when he checked the price, they were saying 5.5. So it had actually, even though he'd done a super deal selling it, it had actually fallen further because Jaeger-LeCoultre is soft, very soft. Personally, I'd be putting my money into a Jaeger-LeCoultre. That'd be a much better brand than this Tag Heuer. Now, that's not to say this Tag Heuer is crap. It's not. It's a solid gold 18 karat Monza. It's actually quite a nice looking piece. The other thing I would be doing, I tell you what, just excuse me for 1 minute there. I would be looking Breguet Type 20. Let's. I'm just having a quick squeezy there. If you got one of those, let me have a look. Let me have a look. What can you get? See, an 18 karat gold one on a strap. Okay, there we go. 12,000 US dollars second hand. So I'd say if you must get a sports chronograph in gold, I would be going for a now. Admittedly, the Breguet. So that's the Breguet's $5,000 more. It's a big chunk up. Fair point. Fair call. Fair call. Fair call. But if I was going to buy a second hand solid gold chronograph, I reckon the Breguet would pounce on this Tag Heuer. See, the problem with the Tag Heuer is it all comes down to snobbery. Snobbery. That's what watches are. They're all snobbery. And you know, like from my IWC, that's the Schaffenhausens, the German Swiss. You know, that's why the brand's so popular in Deutschland. It's all snobbery. So the problem is the Tag makes a much cheaper watch. It's like, do you buy an Audi A8 or do you buy a Volkswagen Photon? That's the question. And the problem is, Volkswagen can be very good at making Golfs and Beetles, but not so good in the prestige stake of the Photon. See, and that's the whole problem. This watch is... it's never going to be that valuable, okay? It's never going to really soar because of that factor. Most Tag Heuer buyers are way down in price, see? So it is a very special piece, solid gold. I mean, any solid gold piece is beautiful. But I honestly think if you wanted to spend 7,000 US, I'd chip a bit more and get a second-hand Reverso Grande in rose gold. That'd be killer. If you've got to get a chronograph and it's got to be rose gold or gold, I would be going for the I tell you now, I would be going for the Breguet Type 20. And the other side of the coin is, what's a Zenith El Primo going to cost? Because I think a genuine Zenith, well, that's whose movement they're using, probably isn't much different to the Monza. Now, I admit, some of the El Primos are a little bit on the ugly side. Yes, granted. But some of them are pretty cool. And I'd rather do that. That's my own opinion. I would rather put the money into a Zenith because, you know, that's in-house movement, blah, blah, blah. Whereas this tag Heuer, as sexy and as cute, it is cute. It is cool. I wouldn't hate you if you went and bought it, okay? No, I wouldn't do that. But I don't think it's the piece I'd be putting the money into. That's my honest opinion there. That's the way I feel about it. So there you go. I'm Archibald Chesterfield with a C, the third. Archibald Chesterfield the third. Tell me what you guys think of that. Nice one, Arch. Great vid.